Hey, we are live with the Vent NightCap. I am so excited tonight because we're here again for another night of relaxation, of rest, of refreshing, and we have a very special guest. You want to say hello, Chris?
Hi.
So the big thing tonight, as we head into the holidays, as we head into Thanksgiving, Christmas, as we head into Kwanzaa, as we head into all of these holidays, we want to celebrate with family. So many of our families look different, right? Many of our families operate in different ways. We celebrate in different ways. But often we have to see our family whether we want to or not, whether we look forward to it or not. So in even the family that we live with, we it's a little bit different sometimes on holidays, right? So we want to talk about how we're able to relax, to rest, to hear each other, and how we're able to navigate the winter storms. So that's what we're going to talk about tonight. We are excited for this conversation. We'll only be here for 10 minutes because y'all know we got the event live in a little bit. We'll only be on for about 10 minutes, but we really do want to talk about resting through the winter storms. For some people, that may be the snow, that may, depending on where you live, right? We have people joining us from all over the world. So there may be snowstorms, and there may be hailstorms, it may be rain, it may be wind, it may be just crazy cold weather, 50 below, 40 below. Or it may be those crazy family members and you have to weather the storm with them, or they are the storm that often feels like it wants to take you out. So let's hop into it now. So, Chris, if you want to hop into the conversation, we want to hear from you too, because we have some parents up here, we have some younger viewers up here, we may have some of your classmates up here. So, as we talk about rest as a non negotiable need, what does that mean to you? When you think about rest as something that you need, what does that make you think of, or how do you rest?
When I think about rest, I just think about I mainly get rest when I know that everything is complete. Like some people have to make sure everything is done for them to be able to rest. But I like to, just put things, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to rest and then
Okay.
I'm going to come back and do this.
So that's kind of like our conversation last. We talk about micro rest, where you do a task and then you take a break.
Mm-hmm.
So that's you talking about. Like you're not trying to get everything done in one swoop. You're gonna do something, take a break, do something, take a break. That's a good thing to have. That's a good tool to have. So we want to embrace rest as non-negotiable. So if you do complete a task, like Kristen just said, you need rest after that. So you complete the task, you rest. Doesn't mean that you are not able to accomplish all the things that you want to do. It means that you're pacing yourself, right? Just like you play sports, right? You got to stretch. It's different things that you do at different times of your engagement with whatever sport that you're doing. And you play music, right? Don't you have like a rest in those between those notes, right?
Yes, you can't continue to play without breathing.
Right. You gotta breathe. Come up for air sometimes. Right. So moving on, this quote it's always gonna be a quote, y'all. Y'all know that. Because I don't know if you believe me, I don't know if you believe Chris, but maybe you'll believe some other people, right? Rest is not idle. Meaning rest is just not something you do that is not getting anywhere. It is necessary for our well-being and for the reclamation of our lives. So we reclaiming our time, we're reclaiming our life by resting. It is not idle time. It is time that you are working on your very own well-being, whether it be emotional well-being, spiritual well-being, or if it is a physical rest that you're taking. And that quote is actually from Trisha Hersey. You may know her better as the Nap Bishop. And she has a book. She has several books, but the one that this quote comes from is Rest as Resistance. So resisting the things that make you keep going. Secondly, we only got three things tonight. So first, you have to recognize that rest is a necessity. Two, set boundaries with love and clarity. Set boundaries with love and clarity. And this is just not for holiday season. This is for every storm and everything that comes around, right? Always have to have healthy boundaries. So this is from Dr. Renita Weems. She is a preacher, one of my favorite preachers in the whole world. And she is a preacher and author of many books, as well as a scholar. And she says, say yes to what gives you life and no to what drains you. So what does that mean? Say yes to things that feed you, that make you happy, that give you peace, that give you joy. And if it's something that's going to be pulling on you, you have the right, you have the necessary need to say, I am not able to do that. Do you have any things that you have had to say no to because you just weren't able to, or it wasn't the right time? Have you ever had to say no, whether it was at school or to a friend? Not really. No. What about some things that you say yes to that you were excited about? Do you have some things that you're looking forward to or
I
that you're
feel
excited
like
about?
when talking about this, it's just not doing things that are gonna make you exhausted if you do them.
That's good. That's good. So for many of us, it's like, I just do this one more thing, but you're already tired. So maybe this is a good time to say what?
No.
No. And no is a complete sentence, right? No is not, you don't have to carry guilt with your no. No means I have reached my capacity. No means I've done what I'm going to do for the day. No is not necessarily no forever, but it's no for right now. I'm not able to do that now. You may not tell the other person that or the other business that, but you may say, no, not right now. Life. Don't skip out on family time. Don't skip out on taking care of yourself to say yes to something that's going to continue to drain you. Thank you for that, Chris. And thank you all for sharing. I see Miss Rosa in here. I see my mom in here. Thank y'all for coming in. Last thing, our last point, and my screen turned purple. I don't know if I look purple to y'all, but it's purple on my side. But I love purple, so that's fine too. It says, one thing I want us to remember, and this may be a hard truth, I don't know, depending on where you are. You can't please everyone, and guess what? That's what?
Okay.
That's okay. You will never be able to please everyone. People are so finicky, and people change their mind in 20 seconds and 30 seconds, the next day, the next month, the next year. You cannot please everyone. And once we face that reality, we can be like, you know what? That's okay. Right? We don't let's be honest, we don't look to like not do well towards people, right? But we cannot please everyone. It's just impossible, right? We have so many different personalities. You will not be able to please everyone. And guess what? That's okay. If you're on the other side of the screen, right? Say this to yourself. I can't please everyone, and that's okay. I can hear y'all through the screen. You can, and it's okay. I'll say it until you believe it, right? Maya Angelou says the best way to deal with others is to first understand yourself. So if you understand your abilities, if you understand your skills, if you understand your trajectory and where you plan to go, even if it doesn't always go as planned, if you know where you're trying to go, you are able to tell others no, because this doesn't line up with what I want to do. I can tell you no because I'm focused. These are my priorities. What you're asking me to do doesn't fit in this set of priorities. So the answer is no. Right? So this kind of goes with our second point as well. I can't please you, but I have to know who I am. I have to have confidence in myself, and I have to know that pleasing others, I can't be a people pleaser, and that's okay. Because if I'm constantly pleasing others, I'll never really be able to take care of myself, because people will have you running, jumping through hoops, walking over fire and glass, and they still will be like, man, you could have did that a little bit faster, right? So be okay with that. So here's our rapid fire exercise. One word. As you go through the holiday season, as you continue through 2024, going into 2025, what is one word that you want to be? When you encounter difficult people, when you encounter difficult situation, what is one word that you want to be? And I want you to think of that word, and I want you to take that word with you as you move through these holidays, as you move through dealing with difficult people at work, in ministry, at home, wherever you may go, people that you have to interact with. So for somebody, example, your word may be peace. When people come at me with craziness, I am going to be peace. I'm going to respond with peace. I'm going to react from a place of peace. Or another word maybe, do you have a word for us? What's a word that you can be? You can be positive. Every time somebody says something negative about somebody, I am going to be positive. So every time you say something negative to me, I'm going to flip it around into a positive. And how do we continue to do that? We discipline ourselves and say, no matter what they say, I'm flipping it into a positive. And then sometimes we may have to fake it until we make it, right? Like, you could talk about this person, I'm going to flip it into a positive. I'm going to be hope. Every time I come into a conversation with an auntie, an uncle, a cousin, a friend, and they are sad and they are down in the dumps, I am going to be the hope that they need. Not going to be overbearing, but I'm not going to be sucked into the hole. I'm going to be hope, right? So whatever that is, think of your word, be that word, embody that word, and take that word with you from now and moving forward. I am going to be fill in the blank. Be that and believe it. And the more you do it, the more you believe it and the more you become it. You have any closing thoughts, Chris, about weathering through the storms, dealing with difficult people, navigating the holidays?
I think with just going through the storm, focus on getting out. Don't pay attention to what's going on inside of the storm. Just know where you're trying to get and then get there.
Good job. That's good. Because if you stop, you're going to be stuck in the storm. And nobody wants to be there, right? So thank you for sharing that, Chris. That is a very wise word to share. So thank you all for joining us for the nightcap. Don't forget, we will be on again at 9 p.m. for the Vent Live. The nightcap is for the people who don't want to stay up from 9 to 10 with us. We love you. And it's also for the people who are going to be here and then they're going to take their break and get something to eat or watch a quick show and come back at 9. We can't wait to talk to you again at 9. Hey, my cousin Bobby is on. My mom said that her word is positivity. Miss Blunt says, know who you are. You have to know who you are. Pastor D.S. Riddick said he is at peace. His word is peace. So thank you all for joining the conversation, for being a part, and we will see you again. Hey, Adelphia. Hey, Shop Doctors. 8 p.m. Miss Valeda, hey, her word is strong. Thank you for sharing your words. We will see you at 9 p.m. Cannot wait until we are able to come back together. We'll continue this conversation and we'll have a little bit added. Tonight's conversation for the Vent Live at 9 p.m. is Embers of Hope. So carrying your hope through this season. See y'all later. You want to say bye, Chris?
Bye.
Bye, everybody. I see y'all. Hope, love, peace. Thank you. See y'all later.